So are we all set to learn how does the ATS system work? Give me a big yes in the chat box. Okay, so without further delay, let's start with today's session. So my name is Dr. Poonam Tarpial. I'm a professional doctorate in education with 21 years of corporate work experience in hand. I do hold more than 25 certifications on my name. And along with that, I have worked with multiple companies. I have been a training manager with IBM as an organization and other organizations too. So what we will be doing today is we are going to cut the gap. Okay. So before we proceed ahead,
sorry, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption. I would request that you could wait for just 5 minutes. Sorry.
Okay, all right. We'll wait.
Thank you so much. And excuse me for this. Okay. All right. First of all, good evening to everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. And please excuse me for this delay, a little bit of delay that we had. So I would like to introduce myself. First of all, my name is Manu Sharma, and I'm your host for today. And with a warm welcome to everyone out there who are joining with us on the online platform. So, dear students and the respected colleagues joining us today, I hope you all are doing well and feeling excited for today's session, the learning that will be happening today. So, the master class that we will be having a session on, I'm pretty take up the immense pleasure to welcome you on this masterclass that is cracking the ATS code, cracking resume that gets shortlisted. So before we begin, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge and express a sincere concern and gratitude to our respected leadership for this continuous guidance and support. Mrs. Ginny Nijavan, the head of the wing, ma'am, and Mr. Manish Kumar, sir, the respected sir, head of the division. So thank you for your constant encouragement and vision in enabling such impactful learning initiatives for our students, sir. Ma'am. So dear students, today's master class is especially designed to help you understand how applicants tracking systems work, how resumes are screened, and how you can strategically craft your CV to stand out, not only to automated systems, but also to recruiters. So now it is my absolute honor to introduce our esteemed resource person for today. We're delighted to have Dr. Poonam Tarpial, the Assistant Professor and the Head of the Communication Skills Department at the Center for Professional Enhancement at Lovely Profession University. Ma'am has been a seasoned professional with over 19 plus years of rich industry experience, and she holds a professional doctorate in education, administration, and leadership. She has worked with renowned organizations such as IBM, EXL Services, and Concentrix, contributing as a technical trainer, soft skill trainer, and training manager. She brings with her an impressive portfolio of 25 plus industry certifications and has received several prestigious accolades, which includes the prominent one, the Star Super Talented Achiever Award from the IBM, Top Performer Award from IOGI, GEM, that is Going the Extra Mile Award from Concentrix, and Unsung Heroes Award from Concentrix again, and the Top Talent Award from Concentrix again. In academics, Dr. Tarpial continues to inspire through innovation from designing a personality assessment test for the entire university to creating professional courses on Let's Learn University platform. And we took up the whole pride that yes, we have an incredible faculty members with us, conducting numerous faculty development programs, a passion for professional excellence, creativity, and continuous development truly makes her the perfect guide for today's session. So, dear students, we encourage you to actively participate, take notes, and make the most of this opportunity because I feel that this is going to be a life changing for you because you are heading for career opportunities. You're trying to put up yourself out in the market. So, yes, so kindly keep your microphones muted during the session and use the chat box for your questions. And we will be having a question answer segment towards the end of the session. So, without any further ado, I would like to now invite Dr. Poonam Tarpial ma'am to take the stage and enlighten us with her expertise. So, ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Manu. So, students, before we move ahead, so my first question to all of you is, could you please tell me what is the full form of ATS? What do you understand by ATS? See, it's not going to be a monologue that me talking. I would need equal participation from your end in order to make this session fruitful. Tell me, what do you understand by ATS? All right, so I've started getting answers. Absolutely true. So ATN stands for Applicant Tracking System. Now, my next question to you is, why do you think the industry came up with the concept of ATS? I mean, you people give your CV to the recruiter on the other end, and then you should go for the interview process. So why this ATS came into picture? Why? What is the need for ATS? Why did the industry came up with the concept of ATS, which is Applicant Tracking System? Any idea? Okay. So, Saurabh, yes, that's rightly stated, to decrease the screening time for the resume, to automate things, resume check. Absolutely true. So I must appreciate that I have a knowledgeable audience there with you. All right, congratulations. So let's proceed ahead. Definitely, in case if I'm talking as an ATS, when you people appear for the interview process, right? So the first round of interview, if I talk about, that's going to be CV shortlisting. And we should understand the fact that CV shortlisting is an elimination round. So when I talk about this factor that it's an elimination round, that means in case if your job profile and the keywords which you people have mentioned in your CV that matches the company criteria, you would be proceeding to the next round. In case if it does not, then your story is ending over there. So the industries, if I talk about, they came up with the concept of ATS, which is Applicant Tracking System. So if I talk about this applicant tracking system, yes, definitely one of the reason, as you people have rightly mentioned, the core reason which was responsible for introducing ATS is, one is to reduce the manual intervention. So if I talk about reducing the manual intervention, that means I'm cutting on the cost as well. Moreover, whenever I'm proceeding with any interview process, that means it's going to be huge pool. That is, the applicant pool is going to be near about more than 500 to 5,000 resume that a single company has to go for. So that means for a single job posting, this much is the resume that the company faces. So in case if there was a manual intervention, that would lead to human fatigue, right? Moreover, the outcome is not going to be beneficial. The reason behind that is, in case if I would like to shortlist the CV within a 2-day span with human intervention, do you think it's going to be practically feasible? The answer to the question is no, because I have to increase my manpower. So in case if I have to increase my manpower, that would lead to additional cost as well. So in order to cut down the cost altogether, industries, they came up with the concept of ATS. ATS is Applicant Tracking System. So in case if I talk about this ATS, which is Applicant Tracking System, it comes up with multiple benefits. Number one, definitely because machine is going to take over. So the efficiency is going to be high in comparison to the manual intervention. Secondly, there is going to be a standardization of the task. How it's going to be a standardization of the task? Because an ATS would have certain algorithms which is punched inside. In case if your keywords matches the job criteria, that means your CVs, they get shortlisted. If does not, that means your CVs are rejected. Moreover, if I talk about the quality is much higher in case of shortlisted CV when I'm talking about an ATS in comparison to when a human is actually checking the CVs. So is this thing clear to all the students who are over here, how this concept of ATS came into picture? Is this understood? Why do you think the companies, they came up with the concept of ATS? All right, fair enough. Now, when you people have a thorough understanding of the ATS, I mean, why did the industries, they actually launch this thing? Let's move on to the next factor. So in order to understand the next factor, so these are the 5 steps which are taken into consideration when you people or when your CVs, they actually move through the shortlisting process. Number one, first and foremost, the industry is going to extract the data for the CVs that they have received when a single company positioning is rolled out. Second, my ATS is going to do a keyword matching. So let's suppose if a company has mentioned that they would need a person who is extremely good. I'm just taking a hypothetical example of C, C++, etc. So if your skill set is not matching my company's criteria, it's going to be a huge challenge. Secondly, then what I'm going to do is on the basis of the the keyword shortlisting which has happened, the ATS is going to give a score to your CV. In case if that scoring is relevant, then definitely I'm going to proceed ahead with the next round. Otherwise, then your CV is going to be rejected there and then. So on the basis of the scoring, then there are binary filters which are incorporated in my ATS software. I mean, in case if it is matching, it's going to say yes, and it's going to move your CV ahead to the next round. In case if it is not acceptable, then it's going to say no, and your CV is going to proceed ahead. Now, once my CV is shortlisted, then the recruiter review comes into picture, that these are the shortlisted CVs, and then the human intervention, it starts following. So this is the entire process, how my ATS system works. Number one, I extract the CVs. Number two, my software is going to match the keyword. My software is going to give a scoring to your CV. And then on the basis of the scoring, whatever is the filter that I've applied in that software, if it is meeting the eligibility criteria, it's going to actually send your CVs to the next step wherein the human intervention is going to be involved. So are these 5 steps clear to you people? Are these steps clear to you? How the ATS actually works? All right. Great. So moving ahead, once my software has analyzed, now let's try and understand how the system works. Traditionally, when we come across a CV, I mean, we as recruiters, we people have seen that you have put up a picture, then there is a name. I have come across those CVs as well, wherein students, they used to give us the information in their CV in a tabular format. So tabular format, you understand? I mean, you give us the educational details in the form of a table, or even the work experience or any single information is given in the form of a table. Now, my ATS, it does not recognize the table. Why it does not recognize the table? Because when the ATS was designed, that as an entry was not given. So hence, when your CVs it actually passes through the ATS, which is a software, it will not read your education because your education is not given in the form of a text. However, it is given in the form of a table. And that table entry was not given when that ATS was actually designed. So that's the reason the CVs, they get rejected. So this is only just one factor that I'm highlighting, that you have given us the information in a tabular format and my ATS is actually not accepting it. So these CVs, in case if you come across in the market, they are obsolete formats. That means they are no longer accepted by the industry. So the CVs that you people should have currently, which I'm going to show you in today's session as well, because two of the formats we have got at university approved, which we are using in other domains inside the campus, you are supposed to be using those format. So from here onwards, one thing which you all have to remember is that your CV should never ever comprise of any tabular content. If it is there, then definitely my ATS cannot read the information which is given in the form of a table. Moving ahead. So table was one. Other than that, my ATS does not actually reads the icons as well. You know, sometime when you people are designing the CVs and you give us a phone icon for the phone number or the contact number that you people mention, there is an email icon for the email that you people are mentioning, there is a LinkedIn icon for your LinkedIn URL, and there is a GitHub icon for your GitHub URL as well. But my ATS does not recognize the icons. Again, your data will not be read by my ATS tool and the data will be lost. So it's for the same reason, when you people are designing an ATS-friendly CV, you should never ever include any complex layout, neither the tables or the graphics in the CV. If it is there, so then the chances of getting rejected is going to be higher, right? So next is my CV. So when I talk about a traditional CV, in a CV, you people give us your skill set as well. So I have taken two examples there in front of you. So one example is wherein the programming and database the student has mentioned. I mean, the student has given me the broader heading, which is programming and databases, but he or she has not exactly mentioned what in programming languages he is actually aware about. So here on the left hand side, you would see a red icon, right? Wherein my ATS is giving only 35% of the rating to this CV. The reason behind that is because the CV specificity is lacking. Here, the student did not give it to me which programming languages the student is aware about, neither C, C++, Python, or any other things. On the right hand side, if you see, things are specific. I mean, the student has categorically mentioned that he is aware about Python and SQL. So the learning that we people have it of here, when I've given you a comparison between two CVs, one on the left-hand side carrying a generic content, on the right-hand side when it is carrying a specific content. So the lesson that you're learning from here is that your CV should always comprise about the specificity of the skill set which you people are giving to us. Because in the ATS, when the scoring is going to happen, I have written the names of the skills categorically. The entry that I have in that software is I would have mentioned the name of the programming languages, which is Python, SQL, DBMS, etc. So is the first thing clear to you now? that whenever you people are actually writing your skill set, how you're supposed to write it? Is it clear to everyone that you're supposed to give us only the specific skill set? Don't give us the broader term. I mean, don't write down that you're an expertise in programming. Don't tell us that you're an expertise in database. Please tell us what exactly you're aware about. Okay. All right. Great. So let's move on to the next step now. So once this thing is understood, we are going to go with next factors now. Now, half of the time, auto rejection happens because sometimes location is a mismatch, right? The experience that you people have given it to us, that is lesser than what the industry is actually demanding. And sometimes your certification or the certificate content is actually missing in the CV. So when you people are designing your CV, certain headings are mandate. You cannot just simply chuck out the heading. In case if you are taking out the headings on your own, definitely it would lead to auto rejection. Okay. So I'm going to show you over here that there are lots and lots of company names which you people are seeing at this moment. If I talk about Google, Amazon, Deloitte is there, they actually have AI screening as a part of their system, wherein the skill matching is done by the ATS. Not only that, if I talk about Accenture, TCS, Infosys is there, even they too have ATS there in place. So moving on to the next thing or the next companies, if I talk about IBM is there, HP is there, even they use ATS. And other than that, Microsoft, Uber, all these companies, they have ATS in place. And now I'm just showing you some of the ATS tool which is available in the market as well. So HireVue is one of them. Parametrics is one of them. Eightfold AI is one of them, right? So these are some of the AI softwares which is available in the market. However, certain companies other than the ones, the Fortune 500 companies that I've just talked about in the beginning, other than that, we have Airbnb, Netflix is there, Shopify is there, right? Even Zoho Recruit also has ATS as a part of the system. So the lesson that we people are learning from here is we should not be taking this document lightly. This document is the first step which is going to decide whether your CV is going to be shortlisted by the company or not. If I have an algorithm as a part of my system in which I have categorically mentioned that my software should scan these keywords, if those keywords they are missing in your CV, then you will not pass the round or the check. Are these things clear to you people now? Is the information clear before I move on to the next section? Is the ATS functionality clear to every single individual? Great. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you one of the campus drive, KYC, how the document is there and what you people are supposed to be talking about. So let me just show you now that document. Okay. So let me just load it.
Ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Yes. I was just going to share with them this.
Okay.
Is it visible to everyone now, all the students? Students, can you see this KYC there on the screen? Great. Okay. Now, let me just make you people understand the job description that I have been talking about right from the beginning of the session. Now you people should have a thorough understanding. So what I'm expecting from all my students is whenever you people are going for any single drive, whether it is within the campus, whether it is outside the campus, two things are mandatory that needs to be there in your hand. One is called as the JD, which is the job description. The second factor is called as your CV. Okay. So let me just explain you one by one. So I'm just, I have just taken this KYC, which is Know Your Company, for one of the companies which was there in the campus to make you people understand how do we make you people design the CV. So this document that you all are seeing right there in front of you, it is called as KYC, which is Know Your Company. So over here, you would see that in the programming stream, they have mentioned which all streams they are eligible. After the programming stream, you will see the designation. For example, this company, Onyx, when it was there in the campus, they came for the recruitment of software engineer for Java, Python, or SQL. Moving ahead, the next thing which you people are seeing is that they have set up an eligibility criteria as well. Now, this company has categorically mentioned that they would need students who have throughout 60%, and there should not be any standing arrears. So when a company is actually saying that there should not be any standing arrear, what do they mean by that? They say that their students should not have any backlog or reappear. Moving ahead, they have given you the CTC, your salary package, wherein this company has categorically mentioned that a student will get actually a stipend of 25,000 per month for initial 6 months, and later on the stipend is going to be within this much duration. And then finally the job location. Now, all these 5 columns, which you people are seeing there in front of you, whether I'm talking about the program or the designation, eligibility criteria, the salary package, or the job location, it's going to vary from one company to another. Okay. However, the thing that you need to be cautious about is now the next rounds or the selection process. Now, let's now try and understand, and let me just decode all these factors for you. I would also like to inform you over here that in case you see in the job location as Pan India means wherever that company has offices in India, you're going to be deputed over there. However, which location you will be going for, that's not going to be a student choice. It's going to be the decision of the company basis the skill set that you people comprise. However, one alarming thing that I would like to inform my students over here right now is sometime the company, it actually gives you an option wherein they would be giving you 2 locations and they would be requesting you or asking you, okay, which location would you prefer? You would never ever share your personal reason. Sir, I would like to go ahead with the Chennai as an option. The reason is that my hometown is near to that. Now, the reason that you would not be shortlisted is because you sound a family sick person to the industry. So please never ever highlight your personal reason when the company is actually giving you a choice of selecting the place. Is this information to clear all the students out over here? All right, great. Now, you all might be seeing the selection process. Now, in the selection process, all the students, I would like you to focus on the CV shortlisting that I have been talking about right from the beginning of my session. So where it is written CV shortlisting, right? So where it is mentioned CV shortlisting, everyone, can you see right below the elimination round, they have mentioned yes. So over here, when it's mentioned CV shortlisting and below the elimination round, they have mentioned it's a yes factor. This means CV shortlisting is an elimination round. This also means if your CV is not matching my criteria as in a company, your CV is going to be rejected, right? So let's move ahead. So when I was talking about the job description right from the beginning of the session, and this is something that I would like all my students over here in the session to focus about. Now, can you see there are multiple profiles which I mentioned over here? Software engineer Java is there, software engineer Python is there, software engineer SQL is there, which you actually call it as SQL also. With every single profile, they have actually mentioned their requirement as well. So I'll pick up one. For example, for software engineer Java profile, the company is stating that this person would be responsible for developing, testing, and maintaining Java-based application. Now, this is also giving me a hint, students over here, that when you're designing your CV, Java as a skill set has to be there. In case if it is not there, then definitely it's going to be a challenge. Other than that, if you see all the other pointers which are mentioned over here, that the person would be responsible for designing, writing an efficient code, that means the second factor or the skill set which my company is expecting is coding. So if your CV is actually lacking the skill set, should I as a company select you? Now give me an answer to that. Should I select you? No, right? So if your CV is not telling me the story of the coding skill set, that means you as an individual, you are lacking in that skill set. Other than that, they have also mentioned that the participant, I mean, whosoever is going to be an individual, that person is going to be responsible for participating in all the phases of software development. So that means you should have actually designed a software, maybe in the form of a project as well. So if I move on to the next part where they have mentioned that the person would be responsible for collaborating across cross-functional teams, this also means in the soft skills, I should see as a company teamwork, collaboration as a skill set. If you're telling me that you are a person who is an introvert, do you sound a good fit for me? Now give me an answer. If you have written in the soft skills section as an introvert, should I hire you? The answer to the question is no, right? So when you're designing your soft skills section, you should ensure whatever is my company demand, it is actually meeting it. Other than that, if we move to the second last thing, they have mentioned that person would be responsible for debugging and resolving software issues. So that means you can give me a project where you have actually resolved the software issues. Other than that, contributing to improvement of the software at multiple places. So team, everyone, this is just one JD which I have picked up. So when I, as a person in the industry, I'm going to take a call whether that student is actually good to go for my company profile or not, I'm going to match your CV with the job description. So number 2 lesson that we are learning out over here is whenever you people are actually designing your CVs, please check the JD first, right? You have to map your CV with the job description. If your CV is not mapped with the job description, that means it's a generic CV and this industry is not going to select the generic CV. Is this information clear to everyone? Have you understood? So that means from here onwards, whenever you're going to proceed ahead with your career, you should never ever be designing a generic CV. It has to be mapped with the KYC of the company. If it is not mapped, definitely it's going to bounce back on me. All right. So while I was giving you this information, I came up with one of the questions which Aman has asked, how to ask for a specific location then. Aman, over here, as a fresher, you are never ever going to ask for any preference. Whichever the company is giving it to you, you have to accept it. The reason is we are also checking your flexibility and adaptability. If you're coming up with a request that you are only meant for this place, that means flexibility and adaptability as a skill set, it goes on a toss. So as a fresher, I never ever recommend my students that you should be coming up with a specific choices when you're actually going for an interview process. You need to have a platform to perform your skill set. Hence, you should be ready to work everywhere. Is my answer clear to you? I hope I have answered your question, Aman. Yes, Moyes, as you have mentioned over here, you are not supposed to design a generic CV. Whenever you're going for any placement, you have to map your CV with JD. See, whenever the students, they come to me and approach me over here in the campus and they ask me, ma'am, could you please go ahead and approve my CV? I only ask them one thing: where is your CV and where is the JD? If it is good to go, they are mapping well, it's a green signal for me. Okay, all right. So now, once you people have understood what exactly a job description looks like, I am going to take you to the next thing now. All right. So the next factor that I'm going to explain you now is I'm going to actually show you the CV that we people are using in the campus, which is an ATS friendly CV. And I would request all my participants, please ensure that you have a pen and a paper in your hand to make the notes. Okay. So let me just share with you the template now. Give me a minute, please. All the students, can you see the format of the CV? All right, thank you so much. So meanwhile, Sanjay has asked me, ma'am, how can I prepare JD as a fresher to make a CV? Beta, you don't have to prepare a JD. Job description would be given to you by the company. You apply for any profile with the company, job description is already a part of it. I mean, you don't have to create it. It's already there on their website. It's already available. You just have to ensure that your CV is mapping with the job description. That is something which you have to ensure. Okay, so now, since I am expecting and my students, they have a pen and a paper there in their hand, number one, the first information that you're seeing in this format on the top is the name. So please, absolutely true, Harsh. You got it. You have just hit it. It's true that for every single job, you have to say tailor your CV. One CV is never fit for all. If you're making one CV fit for all the profile, that means your CV will definitely be rejected. I sit for 10 different companies. I have to tailor my CV every time. Okay. Now, let's begin with the CV now. Number one, whenever you are giving us the name in your CV, your name has to be as per your 10th and 12th standard certificate. Okay. So please ensure nobody is generating a new name, because your certificates, they are going to be validated by the company. So number one thing, your name has to be as per your 10th and 12th certificate. Right below the name, you will see a LinkedIn, right? So yes, LinkedIn is mandatory, because nowadays, ever since COVID has hit us, 98% of the recruitment, it was happening through LinkedIn as a professional platform. So LinkedIn is mandatory, but one thing which I would need all my students to take a note of over here is your LinkedIn URL has to be a customized one. Now, what do I mean by that? So this means when you people are actually creating a LinkedIn account, LinkedIn automatically generates a URL, which normally ends with alphabets and numbers. So that means it's alphanumeric. So your LinkedIn should never ever be, LinkedIn URL should never ever be a hypothetical, not a hypothetical, that means a generic URL which the LinkedIn has created. So in the end, it should comprise of your name. However, if your name is too common, for example, if I talk about Aman Kumar, it's too common as a name, then you should add two numbers in front of it. So second information, your LinkedIn URL has to be customized. Yes, Harsh, the LinkedIn URL which you have given it to me, in case if it is yours, this is absolutely fine and good to go for the companies. But please ensure you are not giving us a generic URL in your CVs. That will definitely get rejected by the companies. Okay. So rule number one, your name has to be as per your 10th and 12th certificate. Number two, your LinkedIn URL has to be customized. So Vishal is asking me, ma'am, all companies are hiring experienced person nowadays. The answer to the question is no. We have all our fresher students sitting over here, which is open for learning. I hold an experience of industry for 21 years. We know that when we people are going to recruit for any position, freshers, they are going to come into picture, right? So we need new people, new brain, new mindset as well. So I would not go with the statement that companies, they only prefer experienced personals. The answer to the question is no. They actually go for freshers as well, and they actually recruit you for the internship profiles. Okay. Moving ahead, the next URL which you people are seeing in the CV format right there in front of you is GitHub. Now, GitHub is mandatory for all the people who are from the technical domain. I mean, in case if you are from MCA, yes, GitHub is mandatory. If you're from MBA, then GitHub is not applicable for you. So GitHub, again, it has to be a customized URL. Okay, that means it should not be a generic one. Please do not put any fancy names in the end. Industry will reject your CV. So it has to be a customized. That means it should comprise of your name. Okay, moving to the right-hand side. On the right-hand side, you would see that there is an email which is there in front of you. Please ensure that the email which you people are giving to us in the CV, it has to be a professional email. Now, what do I mean by professional email? It means it should comprise of your name, first name, last name. But then again, in case if the first name and the last name is too common, then you can put any two numbers in front of you, in front of it, but refrain from putting in your contact number as a part of your email address. That is absolutely wrong practice. Domain could be any Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook.com, but please ensure it's a professional email. It should not be jamesbond007@gmail.com. Industry will reject your CV. Ayush, no, it's not mandate that the first name has to come first. It can be last name, first name combination also. Okay, that's good to go. What I'm trying to say is your name has to be a part of your email address. That is what I'm mentioning at this moment. So all these three things which you people have just given it to me, whether it's LinkedIn, GitHub, or email, it has to be hyperlinked in your CV. Hyperlink, you understand? Hyperlink is when I click on this soft copy of the CV, it takes me to your actual profile. So please ensure that. Okay. No, I use it's not compulsory or mandatory to add your last name. Your name can be there, but then you can put numbers in front of you. That is also fine with us as an industry. Okay. Okay. Moving with the next part. So after the contact details that I've just explained it to you, we are moving on to the next section, which is very, very critical in your CV, which is the skills, right? So give it to us the skills categorically. Your technical skill set, along with that, the soft skills that you people are mentioning. And now, since I've already explained this factor when I was actually showing you the live JD, please ensure whatever skill set which you people are mentioning over here in the CV, it's matching with the profile. Okay. Do not give a technical skill set or a soft skills which is not relevant with the profile. If it is not relevant with the profile, definitely the CV will get rejected. Okay. All right. Moving ahead. Now, in the CV, everything which is given, it's for a reason. Your contact details are there, and then your skills is there. Okay. Ma'am, is this need GitHub for BTech after MBA? GitHub is only for the engineering students. It's not for the MBA students. GitHub is only and only for the engineering domain. I mean, in case if I do have my MCA students there with me, they should also have a GitHub account. Okay. Ma'am, please repeat the last line you told about the hyperlink. Okay, I'll repeat it. I'm saying LinkedIn, GitHub, and email that you people have given it to us in the CV, that has to be hyperlinked. Hyperlink means when I'm clicking on that link, it is taking me to your profile. So you have to hyperlink it. Okay. Yes, I will be sharing with you the format. Please don't worry. Okay. So now after the skills, now can you all students tell me what is the justification of the skills? If you as a student, you are telling me, ma'am, I am an expert in C, C++, Python, DBMS, data structures, or whatever are the things you are giving it to me, what do you think could be a justification for the skills in your CV? Could you please tell me? Excellent, excellent. Right. So one is the projects. Now, the thing that I'm going to tell you over here, please make a note of it. After the skills, right? After the skills, there could be either of the heading. See, the order of the heading is after the skills, either you give me the experience in case if you're an experienced candidate. Okay. If the experience is not there, then you can give me internship. Okay. If the internship is not there, then you're going to give me the projects. I'm once again repeating, since the justification of the skills is the practical work that you people have done. So after the skills, you're going to tell me the practical exposures of yours. That means where you people have hands-on experience. Either you give me experience as a heading, but not everyone hold an experience, right? Or in case if the experience is not there, then after the skills, the first heading is going to be internship. If you have not done an internship, then after the skill set, you will see and you will put projects as a heading. Is this information clear to all of you? What do you have to put as a heading after the skills? Okay. So projects, when you people are giving it to us, it has to be mentioned in this format only. You are going to give us the name of the project. After the name of the project, you will mention which technical skill set you as a person you have used in that project. Okay. And right in front of it, you're going to mention the duration of the project. That means month and the year of completion. For every single project which you people are giving to us in the CV, 3 bullets are mandatory. I'm repeating again, 3 bullets are mandatory. The first bullet should always tell me what was the objective or the purpose of the project. Second bullet should tell me what and how, what are the details or the technical. Can you hear me now? All right. So once again, number one, in the project, how many bullets has to be there? 3. First bullet, you will always tell me what is the purpose or the objective of the project. That's bullet number 1. Second bullet is you will tell me the details of the project, including the technical skill set that you people have used in the project. Third bullet should always be the outcome of the project. In case if you have done a project in which we can map the outcome in the form of a percentage, please go ahead and mention that. For example, you designed an app, you designed a model which has a certain efficiency, you will give me in the form of a number. However, wherein the efficiency cannot be tracked, you are going to give it to me what exactly is the practical applicability of the project. Once again, I'm saying one project, every single project you are giving me in the CV, 3 bullets are supposed to be there. Number 1, you will give me the objective of the project or the purpose of the project. Second, give me the details of the project, including the technical skills. Third, give me the outcome of the project or the practical applicability of the project. And now, a main thing to note down. Every single bullet should start with an action verb. Now, the CV that I'm showing you right at this moment, right? You can see it's mentioned over there. For example, the student has given us pre-processed agriculture data set. So pre-processed over here is an action verb. You should never ever use these words in the CV like I, me, you, me, my. Please do not personalize the content. Your name is already given on the top. We know the CV belongs to you. So you're not going to use any I, myself, me, you, we in the project section or anywhere in the CV. For the project, the opening word has to be an action verb. Is this information to clear to every single student out over here? Have you understood? Any content that you're giving me in the CV for the project, opening has to be an action verb. And then if you have done the project in the past, you will give me the information in the past tense. If your project you are running currently, you will use the continuous tense. So please ensure that you are actually abiding by this. And I should not be seeing any CV wherein the statement is just ending up in half a page. Give me a pointer which actually goes up to 2 sentences. If you're wrapping up your information in half of the sentence, that means you lack work. I mean, you will not be able to convince the industry on the other side. Okay. So over here, the student has given us 3 projects. So this is also for you people. Whenever you are designing your CV has to be 1-page CV. However, let's say that you have done phenomenal work, then definitely you can go up to 2 pages as well. But the second page has to be 60% occupied. It should not be a situation that when you people are giving us the educational detail, only your 10th standard is going on the next page. Then that's something which is wrong, which is happening. You have done excellent work. If you want to give us your information in 2 pages, absolutely fine with us. But the rule says that second page has to be 60% occupied. Okay. Now, once I have given you the information in regard to your project, right? You people go for the training as well. For example, summer training, winter trainings, if I talk about. So that means the next heading that you people are going to give it to me in the CV. It's going to be which heading? Training. Okay. Now, in the training section, number 1, you're going to give me from where you have done the training. For example, the student has mentioned that he has done the training from CIFA schools. And then next has to be your training was related to which topic. For example, the student has mentioned that he has done a training on data science with Python. Okay. Towards the extreme right-hand side, you will also tell us the duration of your training. If your training or your project has wrapped up in 1 month, then only single month and year will come in the CV. However, if it is stretching up more than 1 month, then it should be starting month and year hyphen ending month and year. Ma'am, suppose if I like more than 4 to 5 projects, should I only list the project related to the JD? Absolutely true. That is what I have been training you right from the beginning of the session. Maybe you as a student, people, you might have done 20 different projects, but you cannot write down all the 20 projects in your CV. In the CV, you're going to give me those projects which is relevant to the job description or the profile which you're applying. I hope I have clarified my statement over here. Okay. So you're only going to give me those projects which are relevant to the profile. Okay. Now, so in the training again, 3 bullets are mandatory. Okay. 3 bullets means you're going to tell me what did you actually do in that training. If you have learned something, again, you're going to give me a learning. All right. Ma'am, MBA student, which project can do, they can mention in the CV? MBA students, you people go for live projects as well, right? So you can give me those projects in the CV or any other project that you people have done during your curriculum. You can give it to me. Okay, moving ahead. So training, how many bullets you will give it to us? You will give it to us 3 bullets. Okay, your 3 bullets, they are going to be the learnings that you people had from the training. But if someone has designed a project also during the training phase, you can give it to us. But one key rule to remember, the project, in case you have done in the training, should not be listed under the project heading. So that means every single information is going to come only once in the CV. There should not be any duplicacy of information. Okay. So if you have done a project in the training, which you have already given me under the project heading, please do not mention the bullet in the training then. Then you should focus on your training. What were you learning during the training? Is this statement clear to you? Everyone sitting out over here? No one will mention the information twice in the CV. A single information will come only once in the CV. So you need to take a call whether you would like to give me that information, whether under the project as a heading, or you would like to give me under training as a heading. Okay. Okay. Now, so Kanya is asking me, ma'am, I have completed a few job simulation. Under which heading shall I mention that? Okay, in case if you have gone for simulation where you have worked on the training software, let's go with training as an option. You can give it to me under the training as a heading. Okay. Then next heading after the training is your certificate. Now, student, they have lots and lots of confusions in regards to the certificate as a heading. When we people have given you certificate as a heading, what we mean by that is the technical certificate courses that you people have done. I mean, beyond your academic journey. You know, from the third party platforms like Udemy, Coursera, Internshala, Upgrad, Skills Era. I mean, there are lots and lots of things which are over there. Okay. So what you need to be careful about is when you're giving me the certificate as a heading, please give me the technical certificate courses that you people have done from multiple platforms. Half of the student, what they do as a mistake out over here in this section is they participated in an event, they got a certificate, they are mentioning under the certificate heading. No, it is not supposed to be under the certificate heading. Certificate means any courses that you people have done beyond your academic, journey, degree, on any of the third party platform, that you people are supposed to give it to us in the certificate as a heading. Okay, not your participation. Your participation, I'll let you know in which heading you people have to cover, but it will not come under the certificate as a heading. Is this information clear to everyone? What you are supposed to give it to us under certificate as a heading? Okay, so on the extreme right hand side, now what is the format of jotting down the certificate? Number one, you should give us exact name of the course as it is there on your certificate, followed by a slash, and after the slash you people are going to give it to us from which platform have you done it. A sample is given there in front of you. For example, the student has informed me that data visualization with Tableau, and the student has done from which platform? Coursera as a platform. Ma'am, technical certificate related to the JD only? Absolutely true. Relatable to your profile, which profile you are going, only those related certificates you are going to give it to me. Okay. So another information that I would like to highlight it over here is any certificate courses that you people have done from the third party platform, you can hyperlink with your certificate as well. I would show you another student CV as an example to make you people understand what exactly I'm trying to say. So there are two things in the market. One is a certification, another is the certificate. Can any of my students out over here can tell me the difference? What is the difference between certification and certificate? Or do you think they both are the same? You have the liberty to choose any heading over here. Can you please tell me? What is the difference between certification and certificate? That's my question to every student out over here. Okay. So Nivedita is telling me, ma'am, both are different. Okay. All right. So the answer to this question is yes, both these things, they are different. Certifications are the thing which you people are doing directly from the company. You know, in the beginning of the session, when I was showing you my profile, you might have, seen certain things over there that I'm a Google certified educator, I'm a Microsoft certified educator. So that means for all these certification, I actually had a examination and I was given the skill set and it was approved by the company. So when you're doing the thing directly from the organization, they are the certification, wherein actually the companies actually taking this thing into consideration that you hone the skill set. So when you see that certificate, it is actually mentioned over there that this person is certified. That is a certification. But if you do anything from the third party platform, and now in case if you look at the certificate of yours, it is mentioned over there certification of completion, or it would be written over there as a sentence that this student has successfully completed this certificate. So this is something which you would give me under certificate as a heading. Wherever you people have a confusion, please approach us as your trainers over here and we would be able to guide you. But don't give any wrong information in the CV. Okay. And certifications by default, they have an edge over in comparison to certificate, because certification is something that I'm doing directly with the company. Okay. Not from any third party platform which is available. Okay. So is this difference clear to everyone over here? All the students out over here, what's the difference from a certification and a certificate? Okay, so I would be giving you a practical example. Let me just show you that. Just give me a minute and I would be able to show you that thing. Okay, let me just show you what exactly I'm trying to make you understand. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen with you people again, and just let me know whether you are able to see it. This is just to make you understand. Can you see my screen, students? Can you see my screen? All right. So I have just taken you to the platform of the company, and the name of this company is IBM. Now, all these things that I'm currently showing you in front of you, can you see all these things which are listed out over here? They are certification. Because on the top, the company is actually telling you that you are professionally certified as well. Now, do you have an understanding what I was trying to say? There is a difference between certification. So when this course I will be doing with IBM, I'm going to be certified by IBM that I possess the skill set. So this will come under which heading? Certification in this heading, as a heading in the CV, not under certificates. Understood, everyone? All the students, do you have a clarity now what I was trying to inform you? Is it clear? Okay. So moving ahead, let's move back to our CV. So once I'm done with the certificate, another mistake which you all do while giving us certificates are from third party. The answer to the question is yes, Shahid. That's what is there. I mean, on the top, Shahid, it would be mentioned over there that this is a certificate of completion. So if it is a completion certificate, it's a certificate. It's not a certification. Okay. Now, in the certificate, you are only supposed to give it to us what was the completion month and year. Please don't give it to us what was the start month and year. The reason behind that is majority of the certificate which is available outside in the market, they are self-paced. So starting month and year does not matter to us as an industry. You should always give us the ending month and year. Okay. So after certificate heading is done, the next information would come is education of yours. And one more thing that I would like to highlight over here is whether you people are giving me projects in the CV, or you're giving me training in the CV, or you people are giving me certificates in the CV, everything has to be in reverse chronology. Now, when I say everything has to be in reverse chronology, what do I mean by that? That means latest first, then the previous one. So if you have a look over here in the certificate section, firstly, the student has given to me May 24, then April, then March 23. So that means your latest information will come first and then your previous one. The same continues for the education section as well. All right. Your bachelor first, then your 12th standard, and then your 10th standard. Since you are master students, so masters will come first, then the bachelor, then the 12th information. So that's how the information has to be showcased in the CV. Okay, it's called as reverse chronology. Okay, now, as student, sometime you have done an excellent work when it comes to the CV. Maybe you as a candidate, you have participated in multiple hackathons, right? You have participated and attended multiple webinars, seminars, workshop, which are the technical one. Now, the question which comes into picture is, ma'am, where should I mention these things in my CV? So now I'm going to show you another student CV in order to make you understand how do you actually showcase that information. So please make a note of this too. So let me just open up another CV there in front of you. Hold on for a moment. Okay, let me just show you my screen now. And I would like to show you this student CV now. Everyone, can you see the CV? Is the second CV visible to you? Okay, all right. So let's proceed ahead. Great. So now let me just make you understand what I was trying to tell you over here. Now, how is this CV different from the previous one that I actually was showcasing to you? Number one, over here, the student has done an internship. So another thing, please make a note of whenever you are giving us the experience or the internship in the CV, again, it has to be 3 bullets, but those 3 bullets has to be roles and responsibilities. That means what was the actual work that you did inside the company. And over here, you will see that why this CV is over and above the previous one that I was showing you, because the student has given me a proof of everything. This student is telling me that he has done the internship. Along with internship, can you see that there is a certificate as an option? Where in case if I'm hovering my mouse, you can see a link over there. Can you see that? All the students who are attending the session, can you see that? So when I'm moving my mouse or my cursor over there, it's actually giving me a link. So that means this student is actually telling me I've done this internship and this is the proof. Why? Because he has attached the internship certificate over here. So for you all, even if I talk about any information that you're giving to me, whether it's your projects or your experience, please attach your experience certificate. So you're going to write down the word certificate, which you're going to hyperlink with your actual certificate. Same goes for the GitHub also. Now, for all the projects which is given over here in the CV, you can see in front of the project name, there is GitHub, which is hyperlinked. There is live. Now, why do I request my student to give a live thing in the CV? Let's say the student has actually designed a live website. So if you have done that much of phenomenal work, just give a proof to the company as well, right? So the company would have a thorough understanding that you actually have an hands-on experience on all the details and the skill set which is actually required for the profile of a full stack developer. That means which is required for the website designing. So for all the MCAs, in case if you have a project on your GitHub, now over here, this GitHub profile link is not the generic one for your entire profile. No, this GitHub profile link is directly mapped with this project. So that means it should be the repository of this project only. If you have a live website which is functional, give me the live link for that too in the CV. Okay, all right. So moving ahead, I'll take you down to other sections in the CV, and you can see it over here that in the CV, student has also given it to us the training. Now in the training, again, you should give me the certificate for your training. So what you can do is the name of the training can be hyperlinked with the certificate, or just put a slash over there, write down the word certificate, and then hyperlink the certificate word with the actual certificate. And now, how is this CV above the previous one? In the certificate section, Can you see that the student has mentioned link for every single certificate course he has done? So the moment I will click on this link as a recruiter, it will actually open up your certificate there in front of me. So that means, again, you are giving me a proof of your work over here. Now, in this CV, the other section that you people are seeing is achievement. Remember, when I showed you the JD right there in the beginning of my session, it mentioned that the student should have coding experience. Now, how would you reflect your coding experience? There are multiple coding platforms which is available in the market. For example, HackerRank is there, HackerEarth is there, LeetCode, CodeShare, Google Kickstart, Geeks for Geek is there. Just tell us how many problems you have solved on that platform. If not, if multiple platform, they give you a ranking or a rating. If you're a 4-star or a 5-star ranker over there, please go ahead and mention on the achievement section. And then every single platform you are hyperlinking with your profile, so that I, as a recruiter, again, I get a justification of your work. You are good in problem solving skills. How? Because you have given me that you have practiced these many problems on the coding platform. And other than that, what could be your possible achievements? You have won any contest, any competition. You can mention that award over here, that awarded with 3rd prize, or secured 2nd rank, or secured 1st place. So whatever is there, you give it to us in the achievement section. Now, in towards the end, you also have to give it to us what is the month and the year of achievement.